to the front. Real serious, like what? Hello. What's up? How are you guys doing today? How are you guys doing today? Good? Good? Sweet deal. Well, for those of you, a lot of you guys in here, you guys know me. I'm Keith Evans. I'm black. I'm not the Asian one, so don't get it confused with the Asian guy. I'm also, for those of you guys who don't know me, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. Let's see. Like I said before, I'm black. That always works. And then a lot of people will tell you that I'm probably not the blackest acting person that you will ever meet. And it's really just because like I like totally different things. Like I like totally different things that like maybe people of my culture don't like. I enjoy bonfires. I enjoy PBRs, as you can see. I like broccoli casserole every now and then, just a little piece. And when I get on the bus, I like sitting in the front. So, you know, it happens. But the funny thing is that sometimes I feel like I have to play mediator between the two cultures. Like I have to play mediator because, you know, saying I know one culture, I know the other culture. One of my friends, we were in a gas station and we went down to Chex-Mix aisle, and I saw Chex-Mix with like powdered sugar and chocolate on it, and I was like, oh shit, it's puppy chow, awesome. And he was like, fuck that, I don't need no dog food. And I was like, no, it's puppy chow, like that's what it's called, you know what I mean? And so then I got upset. I was trying to explain it to him for a while, and then I said, fuck that, we're gonna do this, we're gonna make a whole day of it. Hey ladies, how are you? What kind of martini is that? A Leo? Really? Like the Zodiac, the whole theme of the thing? That's beautiful. Alright, so, you know, basically I'm like, fuck that, we're gonna make a whole day of it. We're gonna, you know, possibly go and sneak around and buy a little medicinal and go and get some puppy chow ingredients. And we're gonna make puppy chow. We're gonna watch the Time Traveler's Wife, because that's what black people do together, homies do together. We watch Time Traveler's Wife. And basically we're gonna make a whole day of it. So we made it, and we sat down, we popped the movie in, we're all excited, we're like, oh shoot. So he jumps up, runs to the kitchen, and comes back, and he gets hot sauce. And I'm like, no, do not put hot sauce on this. He's like, but it's white food. And I'm like, no, you don't have to give it flavor. Like, it's fine. Like, it'll taste real good. So he ended up loving it. It was awesome. I basically, I used to live in Crown Point for a while. And the thing about Crown Point is, like, I spent so much time here that I feel like I started acting like people from Crown Point. Like, sometimes I'll be in the square, and if I see a group of black people just walking down the street, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why are they fucking here? My thumb is like automatically on 9-1. I'm just waiting for them to do something suspicious so I can just be like, fuck that, you know, saying and report a call. But I mean, that's just how I am. Like, I spend a lot of time here. I mean, what can I say? I like safety. Also, let's just get this out of the way right now. And I know you guys are all cool, and you guys are all good people and everything like that. Let's just get this out the way right now. There's been random times where I've heard the N-word in Crown Point. It's happened. And basically what's funny is, like, I have white friends who like tell me, they'll do the whole explanation. They're like, oh, well, the word nigger like only means ignorant person. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. It's definitely for black people. Like, that's definitely what it was invented for. Because my whole deal is like, if the the word nigger was just for ignorant people, then we would call Macedonians niggers all the time. So, I mean, no, don't get mad because I love you guys. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. A lot of people talk shit about the Macedonians. A lot of people talk shit about the Macedonians and talk about how, like, they only fight in packs and stuff, but I think that's awesome because I'm like, imagine a pack of wolves with gelled hair and True Religion jeans just running around. Like, just imagine that. That's an awesome, awesome scene. Like, so yeah. Let's see, you guys enjoying the summer? Yeah? Are you guys enjoying the weather finally? You guys survived that tornado that just happened? Like, there were trees everywhere. It was like Armageddon. Like, everybody was zombies. Like, and it's funny because everybody was zombies and there was no liquor being sold in the square at all. And everybody was just zombies. They did not know what to do. Here's the thing about the summer. I'm a winter person. Like, I love snow. Like, I love snow to death. Like, I could not move away from snow because I like the seasons and I like how the seasons go. I don't like it when it's hot all the time outside. But the thing about the summer is that you have people who, like, you got your motorcycles, and the motorcycles come out, and the guys are driving, and they got girls on the back, and, you know, usually they have, like, some sweatpants that say Juicy on it, or something like that. And I saw this one girl on the back of a motorcycle, and literally I looked, it said Juicy, and I was thinking, ugh, that's more like pulpy. Like, it's not really, there's nothing juicy about that at all. Like, it's all lumps and bumps, but, I mean, it happens, whatever. I mean, I'm not talking anything about anybody, like, I'm just saying, like, you know, portion control, it helps. Basically, but here's the funny thing. I went to the beach, and I went to the beach one day, and I rarely go to the beach. Like, I hate sand. It's like retarded snow to me. And I hate walking through it, like, and, I mean, I'm not going to be stereotypical or anything, but I can't swim. So, I went to the beach, and anytime I go to the beach, rarely, like, it's always the craziest time. Like, the sun's beating down, you're drinking, you're, like, 10 times more wasted than you usually are. And we went to the beach, and it was like, a friend of mine, I'm not going to say who the friend is, but I will say he was on a reality show, and his name's Rob. But we were there, and he was hooking up with this girl. So I get the job of playing wingman and talking to her friend. So I'm sitting and talking to her friend, and we're just talking, and we're having, like, a good conversation, and she's amazed by all the, like, quote-unquote Caucasian things that I've done. Like, I've been to a Marilyn Manson concert and things like that. And finally, like, I'm like, this girl is cool. Like, this girl is awesome. Like, she's real cool. And we get to the point of the night where I'm like, well, how old are you? And she goes, 17. And I'm like, ugh. Now, I have a daughter. So immediately, my whole mind frame reverses, and I'm like, so do you got your books ready for school? Like, are you ready? Do you need student loans? Like, I know somebody who, like, can give out really good student loans. Like, are you fine? Like, do you got your backpack? Are you safe? Do you need suntan lotion? Like, are you cool? Like, be careful out there. These guys are weird. I mean, it just happens. Like, basically, also, just so you guys know, this is Crown Point. So there's lots of cops around, and I've had my fair share of interactions with the cops. Well, the funniest thing is, getting pulled over is like the gayest thing ever. Well, no, let me back that up. I have a gay friend, and we used to talk all the time, and he would be like, you know, why do you call things gay? And I'm like, no, I don't mean gay like homosexual, I just mean gay like stupid. And he's like, no, well, why don't you just say stupid? And I'm like, well, that's gay. So, and he's like, you know, we're talking about it, he's getting upset about it, he's offended about it or whatever. And I'm like, well, listen, just so you know that I'm not trying to be offensive or anything like that, anytime I want to label something stupid that I would normally call gay, I would just say that it's black. So let me start this joke over. Getting pulled over is like the blackest thing ever. It's awful. It's not fun. Lake County Jail is not a fun place to be. The crazy thing about it is that you go in there and you get booked, and once you get in the section and everything, it's like weird. Like everybody wants to sit around and watch Cops and First 48 all day long. And it's like, I'm like, you just got caught by the cops. Like, and they'll sit there and they'll be like, oh, I would have hid in the bushes and I would have did this and I would have pulled my AK-47 out and I would have done this. I'm like, no, you wouldn't have, because you got caught drinking. Like, how are you going to get caught, like, selling anything? Like, you got caught drinking. To me, it's like going to jail and watching First 48 is almost like getting raped and then going home and watching Precious. No, I'm just saying, it's awful. Like, you shouldn't do that at all. One of the things that I encountered, which I came up with something in jail, was I went into a section and I had a bunkie or whatever. And you know, you got to go through the whole pleasantries of, like, you know, saying your name, where you're from, and then you got to ask the inevitable question, what are you in for? So, you know, he asked me that. I tell him what I'm in for or whatever, and when I ask him the same question, he hops off the bunk and he starts brushing his hair with like a little toothbrush, and he's like, they got me for a little murder. And I'm like, what? Like a little murder? Like, why are you belittling that charge? But at the same time, I was happy that he didn't like walk up to me like Devo from Friday and was like, murder. So I came up with a compromise that, just so you know, if you guys ever commit a murder, and you have to go in jail and you have to tell somebody what the murder is, this is how you should do it. So in a compromise, get your best Snoop Dogg face on and say, murder was the case that they gave me. Because listen, everybody respects Snoop Dogg. No matter how many people he's murdered or how many Pop Warner football teams he coaches, everybody respects Snoop Dogg. Everybody respects him. It's awesome. Also, just so you guys know, I do have a daughter. She's 3, she'll be 4 on July 31st. And I just recently taught her the 3-second rule game. You guys know the 3-second rule game when you drop food on the floor? So I taught her that. Well, what I realized was that she does not have the sense of urgency to play the 3-second rule game, so it'll work. So one day, like, I'm cooking food, and like I went out and I'm like, I'm gonna cook me and daughter some food. I'm gonna buy some really expensive shrimp, and I'm gonna make some shrimp Alfredo, and we're gonna eat it. And she likes helping me like cook and stuff like that. So she's standing on a stool and she's dropping the shrimp in a skillet or whatever, and she drops one on the floor, and I'm like, Kayla, 3-second rule. And she's like, 3-second rule? Does that mean I have to count? And I'm like, really? Because that's 6 seconds already. You're like totally fucking up. Like, so I'm like, okay, 3-second rule. And she was like, so I count 1, 2, 3? And I just took that as her counting. So I was like, pick it up. And she's like, okay, so what do you want me to do? I was like, listen, it's been 20 seconds. Get your shit together. Like, you're fucking up right now. Like, so we go on for this for like 10 minutes. The shrimp is just sitting on the floor for 20 minutes. And this is like, each shrimp is like $6 a shrimp. So I'm getting shitty, which I didn't realize I could have just picked up the shrimp myself. Like, but I was like going on and on and on. And finally, I was like, I could see in her face that she was just fucking with me. And I was like, wow, she is my daughter, because she is fucking with me right now. Because she would just grin and be like, 1, 2, 1, 2. And I'm like, pick the shrimp up, seriously. And then I had to realize I can't get mad at her. I have to be a patient parent. Because to my standards, like, I mean, she's 3. She's not that bright. So basically, no, I can say that. Like, I made her. Like, somebody's like, oh, no, that's not nice to say. I mean, she's 3. Like, if I met an adult with a 3-year-old brain, what would you think? Not that bright. Like, but it's okay, because she hasn't been to school yet. Like, it's fine. So basically, this is what we're going to do tonight. I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to tell, like, a few jokes every now and then. We're going to have some great comics tonight.